look what we got overnight. Looks like it's going to be a snow day for me. And generally, that means just having some wonderful, fun time in my cozy little kitchen. I hope you'll join me. Last night, before I went to bed, I started 2 beautiful cranberry, cinnamon, orange sourdough loaves. They smell absolutely divine. Look how gorgeous they are. They are fluffy and just lovely, exactly the way they need to be. I'm anxious to get them in the oven, but first, they do need to have their second rise in what's called the Benetton baskets. And right before we do that, we're going to have to get them out on the counter and do a little shaping with them, just a little bit. You don't want to get rid of some of that wonderful air that has been put in it overnight as it rose. It stretches just beautifully. You want to give it a little bit of a fold on the top, a little bit of a fold on the bottom, and then just ever so gently you roll it right up and then put it right into a well-floured Benetton basket. And I'll do that for 1 loaf, and then I'm going to come back and do it for another loaf because I made 2 loaves. I'm sure one of these will make a wonderful gift for someone. There's something about sourdough that has become one of the most creative things for me. I love choosing different shapes and different sizes. I love trying out all new and all kinds of delicious flavors. I mean, it's just endless when you think about it. The combinations are simply endless, from sweet to savory. Next on my snow day fun list is trying my hand at candle making from old candles that simply burn the wrong way and are no longer any good, but have so much wax left. Oh, the possibilities. I must admit, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, I am just melting this candle down, and it is, so far, it's doing a beautiful job. I'm just trying to keep it as neat as I can. And it is just doing beautifully. I'm just melting the whole thing down, and I'll get that wick out of there before I re-pour it. But I found these really cute little punch cups. They're just adorable, and they might be just the right size for some old wax that needs to be repurposed on this cozy, wintry, freezing cold winter day. We'll see how it works. I'm going to give it a little bit more time here. And I'm trying really hard to keep it as nice and neat as I can because I don't want a lot of wax everywhere. Now when the wax is pretty much melted, I have these dear little, remember these old little punch cups? They are just the perfect size, and I love a clear white candle. It's one of my favorite burning candles. These little wicks, and you get them on Amazon. I have them listed below for you in case you're interested in doing a nice winter project. And it's kind of fun, actually. I have so many candles that are just kind of halfway burnt, and I'll just be pitching them in the trash can if I don't try to do this. And these little buttons come with them. They're little stickies that help you stick the wick right down in the middle. Make sure that you get it in the middle on the bottom, as close to middle as possible. And then I just use these other wicks here to make sure that the wick in the middle is perfectly straight. It's not slanting right or left, you know, as best you can. I'm not a professional candle maker, please. So, and then of course we'll be cutting this wick off a little later once we get this filled up. I'm kind of excited. All right. Sorry, I thought I had the camera on when I was pouring that. So sorry. But anyway, I'll do my best here with what I have to keep the wick straight. You can use anything, and they even have little things that you can buy that will help keep it straight, but I promise you I'm not going into candle making. It's just for fun, that's all. Just having some fun. All right, now I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna look and just make sure that my wicks are as straight as possible, excuse me. All right, oh, I think those are gonna be so cute. Well, there we go. All right, the first experiment, I got a little bit of extra wax here. I'll pour in here. Yeah, all right. Oh, that looks good. Really, really, really cute. All right, I'm gonna let these sit for a little while and I'll show you what they look like in a little bit. All right, I think we're gonna have some nice chicken salad tonight. I haven't had that in a while. I'm actually excited about making it. So let me just cut up a few pieces of these chicken breasts here. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. Last week I got these chicken breasts on sale at a store around us, a grocery store around us called Harris Teeter. They were $1.78, I believe, a pound in the family package size. So yeah, we came home with 4 packages. I don't know what the limit was, but 4 was plenty for us. And I don't have all that much room left in my freezer, so we will go through these quickly. I'm just cutting them up in chunks now so that they'll boil faster. I'm just going to boil some chicken and then cut it down, and this will be so delicious tonight with those beautiful cranberry loaves. Okay. Well, honestly, it has been a crazy day. It's been a crazy morning here at my house, and I'm kind of halfway glad I turned the camera on. I'm glad that you're here always, but first of all, I'm a mess, and I don't like you guys to see me like that, but that's real life. It happens, you guys. If I could look through the camera, half of you, I'd go, oh, right? No. Anyway, I am just getting ready to pop in some of my sourdough loaves into the oven. I'm going to do one at a time. I'm not sure I can get 2 of my cast iron pots in the oven at the same time. I've never tried it before. I've never done 2 at the same time. But anyway, I'm going to do them one at a time, and then they'll be out of the way, and then I'm going to get started on the chicken salad, just a very simple chicken salad, and that will be our dinner tonight. Let's see, what else did I want to do today? I wanted to show you my new cookbook corner that I've been fixing up just for myself, you know. I just wanted all my cookbooks in one place. They have been scattered about this house, just upstairs, downstairs, and everywhere. Every time you see a bookshelf, there'll be a few cookbooks here and a bunch of other books, and a few cookbooks here and a bunch of other books, and so on and so on. I wanted them all in one place, and there were some cookbooks that I just didn't want anymore, so I gave them away to neighbors and friends, and you know, some of them were in such bad shape I just pitched them. They were pretty bad. I've had them for a long time, and some cookbooks, quite frankly, I never really got out of them what I had thought I was going to get out of them when I first looked at them, which is always a shame. It's like, why do they make cookbooks like that? All cookbooks should be good cookbooks, but they're not. You have to look carefully. So anyway, all right, into the oven with the sourdough breads, and then onward for the rest of this crazy fun day. I'm so glad you're here. Just gonna put a few little dashes in, nothing fancy. This is kind of a rustic bread here. We don't have to have anything too fancy. Just put a little slit on the side, just to make sure it has a little vent for that steam to come out of. And there's bread number 1 going in. As I'm sitting in my chair here, you can see how nice and convenient my cookbooks are to me. That bag right there, I just collected the last of the bags that were up in my bedroom that I was looking through. And there are some books on the bottom there that need to be moved that are not cookbooks, but the rest of them, yes, they all are, with the exception of this little small section. I have some devotional books up here and a few other on the table next to me. But that's what I'm going to do right now. I am going to finish up my cookbook corner because I have a nice surprise for you guys coming up in a couple weeks with my cookbook corner and another very dear I would call her a YouTube friend, but she's even more than that to me. Make a very wonderful chicken salad. I always chop up some celery, which I did today, and I always chop up some toasted pecans or toasted walnuts, and then I throw in the sweetened either raisins or cran raisins or cranberries. But because the bread I made has the cinnamon in it and has the orange zest in it and those cranberries, there's no need to put that in my chicken salad. It's going to be, the taste that we're longing for is going to be in that incredible sourdough bread. Now, if you don't do sourdough and you have no intentions of doing sourdough, I'll tell you what, if you have a favorite loaf of bread that you love making, just a simple sandwich loaf, just all you need to do is just a couple sprinklefuls of maybe a teaspoon of cinnamon and a good hearty handful of those cranberries and maybe the half a zest of an orange. Go ahead and put that into your bread. It's the flavor. It's the flavor that you're looking for. So you have that option. If this dinner is looking really simple and really delicious to you, but you refuse to do the sourdough, you can't do the sourdough, you don't want to do the sourdough, and I don't blame you. It's okay. I started this long ago. It is a longtime friend of mine. I do understand. But that's what I had on the plans on the books here today, so that's why we're having it. But there are options, and I want you to always know that. Oh, I had such a good time today. I really did. There was so much that needed to be done in this house, and I have put it off plenty long enough. And I thought, you know what, when I got up this morning, I thought I had this to do and that to do, and I bet everybody else has a list just as long that they need to do in their own homes. So I thought, I'm just going to turn my camera on and I'm going to take my friends along with me. I hope you had a good time. And how about this? How about these beautiful, beautiful candles? I have to say, that was a first for me. I never did this before in my life, but I've been watching some videos on how to do it and how to use old wax from candles that have burned the wrong way, you know, and you just sometimes, I have thrown away literally almost 90% of a candle because they burned wrong. They leave this well in the middle, or they just, something was just terribly wrong with the candle. It wasn't poured right. But if you'll notice, one of the most important things they say to look for, and especially when you're making your own candle, is to make sure that the wick itself is placed directly in the middle. If it's off to one side or the other, you're going to have a really bad burn. So I was very careful. I hope you can see that. Just to make sure, that little dark spot right there, it is right smack dab in the middle, and it's just beautiful. I'll tell you right now, one of my very favorite candles, and usually pretty much the only candles I buy anymore, are clear candles with white wax. I think they are so elegant and so beautiful lit in the morning, in the afternoon, but especially at night with just a few lights on in your home. I love that kind of lighting in my home. So yeah, if you have a bunch of old white candles or any kind of candles hanging around that you just don't want to burn anymore, but maybe you don't want to throw away all that nice wax. But candles are expensive. They are so super expensive. Get some wicks. Look up some of the YouTube channels that show you how to do this. Some of them are really great. I think I found a really good channel, and if I could remember the name of it, I'd let you have it. If I remember it, I promise I will let you know next video, or I'll have it down below at some point. But we went, we stopped at a Goodwill yesterday, I guess it was, or no, Sunday. And we were just looking around, just skanking. You know, Lou and I just like to go out and skank sometimes. And of course, we stopped at an antique store as well. And while I was there, I was looking for things in particular that would be pretty to put, to make a candle in. This, of course, is one of my own little pint jars, which is always perfect, just perfect. But when I saw these for like 25 cents, remember these perfect little punch cups? Remember how beautiful? And they have the big old punch bowl, and then we had these all set around it. Well, I guess nobody's using big old punch bowls anymore, but these little punch cups, and you can get them in really pretty decorative etched glass designs. They're so pretty. But this little plain one, I'm going to cherish this little guy. I really am. I'm going to keep him, and when he burns down, I'll probably remelt and start over again. Thanks for joining me today. That chicken salad, just a plain chicken salad, but that bread, oh, that sourdough bread, oh my goodness. Oh, I wish you'd try it. I really do. But I did give you an option just in case, and it will give you an absolutely delicious supper on a frosty, cold, cozy winter night where you just want to think about spring. Make some chicken salad and some homemade bread. I'll see you guys real soon. Bye now, and Lord bless.